Hi, my name is Alice and welcome to Make It with Alice. Today we're going to talk about emotional intelligence, the secret to real connection. Now, if you're anywhere in the world, you must be wondering, how do I connect with someone? So in order to understand how to connect, we have to go back to understanding what is emotional connection and actually go to the basics of how we connect. So if you stick around for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to cover these simple ways that we can connect, why we connect. We'll talk about character, personality, culture, worldview, manners, all of that. So stick around for the next few minutes. So first thing, let's define what is emotional intelligence. It is the ability to recognize, understand, manage, and use emotions, your own as well as others, in a healthy and meaningful way. In order to understand another person's emotions, you have to understand your own emotions. And why is it important to be emotionally intelligent? Which is another way of saying how to have an emotional connection with another person. Take a moment. Why do we care about emotional connection? We're trying to connect, to understand a few things about another person. Most importantly, we're trying to understand their characteristics, their personality, and their worldview, which is culture. Why is it important that we understand character? We want to know who this person is. What is their personality? What is their experience? By knowing, we feel more safe to be around them. And this is extremely important. Why is it also important to understand the culture of the person, where they come from, and most specifically their name? Think about it. Culture informs identity. Identity is really about what they see themselves at. Who are they? Okay? And it's important because understanding their identity and culture gives you an opportunity to understand their worldview. Worldview is how they see the world. As we're talking about character, as we're talking about life experience, culture, identity, this all builds over a person's entire life. And the most important thing to establish the emotional connection is understanding where they come from. Now, why is worldview, or how they see the world, important? Let's say that you are a strong woman and you're going for a job interview, and that person who's interviewing you, whether it's a male or a female, is not used to supporting a woman's strength, is not used to being around a lot of women. So you're in this job interview. Let's say they're not around women, or they're not used to supporting women. You're in this job interview and you're talking about how you've had all these achievements and support from your mother and all these things that show that you're an empowered and capable woman, and then you don't get the job. You didn't understand their culture. You didn't understand their identity. You didn't understand what questions to ask. You always want to know the questions to ask, and I'll do another video on this, because part of preparation in a job interview, or when you're going into a relationship with someone, it's asking those questions that help you understand who that person is and their personality. It will help you understand emotions. Without these questions, you cannot get to know someone at a deeper level. Why is it important? Think about it for a minute. Why should we care to get to know someone at a deeper level? Isn't it better to have surface level conversations or small talk? Why should we care? Well, think about it. Depth is in the heart. How do you feel in your body and in your mind when you know somebody very well? Your heart vibrates, your dopamine levels, the happy hormones go up, your cortisol levels, the stress hormones go down. And think about it. You feel good around that person. Your body feels good. Your mind is relaxed. Do you know that if you are relaxed around another person, you trust them more? Because now back to the job interview, or you're going into a relationship. If that person has a certain worldview, a certain identity, and they're stressed, they're at the surface level, and you're not able to penetrate their masks or their armor, and you're not able to really understand what their heart says and their mind, how are you going to connect? And more importantly, how will they trust you? When that person is relaxed, they can actually hear what you have to say. When that person has connected with you and trusted you, they're disarmed. All of their prejudice, all of their perception and judgment is out the window. And now you can have a heart-to-heart connection. This is why people say heart-to-heart communication. And this is all that encompasses emotional intelligence. And I'm going to ask you to do one thing for me in this video. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to my channel and leave in the comments what resonated with you, because I'm thinking about creating an entire playlist around emotional intelligence, because I'm getting more and more people asking me these questions. And I recently started tutoring students from all around the world. So I'll leave my profile in the description, and I'll also share my newsletter because we cover questions from students. And it's really important because if we understand our emotions and the emotions of someone else, we understand how to read that person, we hear what they have to say, then, only then, the conversation can begin. Only then is the connection. The connection doesn't happen in small talk, surface level. It doesn't happen when your heart is closed. It doesn't happen when you're stressed. And you have to be in this beautiful, calm environment, peace with yourself, to go up to the person and say, I hear you. I hear you. I love what you have to say. I'm here for you. And when the emotional connection happens, this is all part of the emotional intelligence, then you can begin to form stronger bonds with people, friendships that lasts, and you begin to see who that person really is. A person does not remember what you say, they remember how you made them feel. They remember what you did to their heart and their mind. Okay? We end each episode with, do the best that you can every day.